Hey everyone, welcome back to the Everton Career Mode. It's Season 2, Episode 10, and as you guys remember, we ended off 2022 with 2 wins against Leicester and Liverpool, and then started off 2023 with a win against Southampton. Though that last one, it wasn't all that convincing. We were lethargic, we really didn't create good opportunities, and Southampton was on their game. They were the more dangerous side, and we probably didn't deserve the 3 points. And it was just atypical because Southampton led off during portions of the game and we really had a lot of possession and we couldn't do anything productive with it. So it was an interesting curveball from Southampton. And like I said, they had the more dangerous opportunities, all the ones in the box, and we really couldn't get what we want. So we sort of took what we could. It was sort of that situation, and a lot of shots from distance, which I don't like. It wasn't a classic performance from us. We scraped the 1-0 win. I'm happy about that. And there were some decent performances. Sean Rogers, very decent performance on the left-hand side. I gave him a chance. And you know what? He made some mistakes, but for the most part, he was active and he was getting up the pitch. Okay, it wasn't a classic bombing fullback performance with whipped crosses into the box, but he was up there. He was providing good diagonal balls into forward positions for the forward players, and I'm happy with that. And also Pickford had a really good game. We don't talk about him enough. He is a rock at the back. And this game he saved us. He bailed us out a number of times. And I'm so satisfied with him. Alright, and now it's time to move on, guys, into 2023. The transfer window is open and there's a number of offers trickling in for our players. First of all, everyone wants Demarai Gray. And this has been happening since the beginning of the series. Big clubs want him on loan, and I'm not sure exactly why. There's probably better options for teams like Man United and Inter. But they put in an offer I rejected because he's a 77 overall, he's a quick player, he's an impact player. He came in against Southampton and won the game, so I'm quite satisfied with him. I'm actually thinking of featuring him a little bit more in the team. So I rejected the offer. There was also a number of offers for Mason Holgate from German clubs, and I wasn't willing to let him go because we already sold a CB in the summer. Keane went to Real Madrid, and this would really stretch us thin. And I don't see the reason. He's a good CB, English, plays out from the back. Maybe in the summer I'll look to make some changes, but for now, I'm quite satisfied. There is a change I'm looking to make in the winter transfer window to bring in at least one player in the offensive phase that can help us with a little bit more pace and really give us that cutting edge. We need to push on with this attacking 4-4-2. I feel like that's the only way we're going to get something from this season because we dragged on a little bit too much with the pragmatism and it didn't work for us. The moment we switched that 4-4-2 attack, it looked a lot better, even though we have slowed down just a tad. But it's looking like that's the way to go, and we're going to continue like this and start our FA Cup journey, guys. First game's against Reading. I mean, you remember what happened last season. We won this competition. It was silverware for Everton. I'm hoping we can, repeat. That would be just something incredible, but at least get a deep run here. And I am so excited to get this going, guys. This competition was really good to us last year. So here we go, guys. Reading in the FA Cup.
The teams walk out. Will you please welcome our visitors, Reading, and your Everton.
Alright, guys, this was a pretty straightforward game against Reading. We had a ton of chances, as expected. The first one came for Cantwell. He surges into the box, and he puts it just wide. He really should have buried that, but we have a number of players like Cantwell who step into the first team in more difficult games than Reading and really provide a performance. And I'm satisfied with the depth we have, but I feel like we need to skim the fat a little bit, maybe sacrifice just a little bit of depth, and improve the starting lineup so that we can be even more dangerous, even more potent. Now, it's a difficult task to figure out which players to cut and which players to keep, but we really do have so many impact players. Cantwell always pops into good positions, he always playmakes, but another player who always steps in and doesn't really get all that much game time is Demarai Gray. But look at this, he came in against Southampton, he won, he came in against Reading and he scored the first goal. He really is a quality player. He uses the pace to his advantage, he ghosts in, gets goals. I really should give him more playing time. Cantwell should get more playing time, but because we have so many rotational pieces, maybe they get a little bit too few. Each one is just a little bit too neglected. Another player who really should get more time is Ivan Toney. I mean, look at this. He comes in and scores another goal. He's been doing so good this entire season, and that goal is just absolutely amazing. And I know we have Richarlison, I know we have Calvert-Lewin, but how can I not play a guy who scores goals like this on a regular? He's so consistent. Alright, 2-0 at half. The rotational squad was doing the job for the most part, and Reading maybe had 1 or 2 opportunities. You always will against my 4-4-2 attacking side, no matter what team you are. Hilton wasn't in net because I forgot to play him. Pickford was making easy saves, so there wasn't too much to worry about, and my mind was preoccupied on the situation we have with the bench players, with the rotational pieces. I mentioned Cantwell, I mentioned Tony and Gray, but I haven't mentioned guys like Da Silva. We have so many good, talented players that can really become world-class ones. I mean, Da Silva has a left foot. He's a box-to-box in the making. He gets on the end of this. He has a really good shot saved by the Reading goalkeeper, but there's so much good talent on our side. I feel like we need to skimp 1 or 2 of the less remarkable guys so that these guys can get more playing time, and then we can reinvest the money we got into the starting lineup. I feel like that is the next step for us. For now, we win this game comfortably against Reading 2-0 and move on to the next round of the FA Cup, guys. We easily finished our business here. Alright, and the transfer offers continue to trickle in, guys. Tom Davies was a hot commodity. Leeds was the latest team to offer for him, and they were decent offers. But this is one rotational piece I'm just not willing to let go. He's English, he's homegrown talent, and that's a big thing for me. And to be honest, he's not any worse than Guendouzi or any other central midfielder we have at the club for that matter, maybe apart from Calvin Phillips. So there's no reason I should be letting him go, especially since I have the choice. Sometimes, however, you don't have the choice because Real Madrid comes knocking. It's another Real Madrid raiding party, guys. They got Keane in the summer and now they're in for another one of our players. I have to let them go. We're just not good enough yet to retain our players from such a storied club like Real Madrid. They have a higher rating. They have that 10 international, 10 domestic prestige. We have to let them go, and this one hurts, guys. It's a key player in a crucial position. Luca Digne will be leaving. There's no way he's not accepting the Real Madrid offer, so I'm already conceding defeat. The player valuation calculation is at the bottom of the screen. 47.5 million was his transfer market value. He's a crucial player for us. He's in good form. He's happy, and he was still in the prime of his career, so plus 15% for age as well. And it came out to a whopping 73.6 million. I accepted a 70 million offer. It's close enough. Real Madrid actually paid this. It's nuts because I don't think I would. I don't think it's worth it. Yes, he's an 85 overall. Yes, he's not going to go down just yet. And legitimately, he is a free kick specialist. He's such a good player, and it will be a major loss for us and a major upgrade for Real Madrid. But I'm not sure I would pay this much. I'm satisfied with the transfer sum. I am gutted that he's leaving because now we have to find a replacement. Sean Rogers is not ready. Not yet. So we need to dip into whatever our shortlist has to offer and buy someone. It's going to be tough, though, to replace such a good player like Luca Digne, and someone else is going to have to be taking free kicks. So that is what's on the table, guys. Luca Digne is leaving this club. There's only a couple of weeks left in the transfer window, guys, so not a lot of time to find this replacement and to get that offensive player that I wanted. We're fighting on 3 fronts as well. FA Cup, the Champions League is starting back up soon, and obviously we're still clawing in the league to get up the table. We have games against Arsenal and Villa, and they'll be crucial. We're 5th in the league right now, 3 points behind top 4, 6 points off a possible title challenge, and we need to get as many wins as possible here, and it starts with Arsenal away at the Emirates. This will be an interesting test to see if our 4-4-2 system is still firing. They're setting up in a balanced defensive shape, and when they do get the ball back, they're keeping possession, keeping the ball, and slowly building up. So they're not going to blitz me, especially since a lot of their pacey players are gone. Bukayo Saka, they're not playing Harvey Barnes, and Aubameyang is injured. They're setting up in a 4-2-3-1 with a striker who drifts wide, gets into those channels, and Odegaard behind him who's pulling the strings. He is the main threat. We need to put a man on him. He's their top goal scorer. He has the most assists for Arsenal, and he always torches us when we play him. So this is an area of specific concern. And the way they set up on the wings is also very concerning because they have guys cutting inside and their fullbacks overloading. So there will be numbers in the final third, and Odegaard will be able to pick out these passes. So this is going to have to be addressed. And they have a very good balanced 4-2-3-1 system. Gbamin is that ball-winning midfielder. He stays back, anchors everything, and Partey supports Odegaard, and Partey is just another really good player. Those are the specific threats. Odegaard and Partey in the middle of the park is quality that we frankly don't have. As good as Calvin Phillips is and as good as Guendouzi are, this is that little bit of a premium. This is where they can beat us, and we have to neutralize this central area of the field. We're setting up on our strongest squad. Dean is playing this game. It might be his last game, guys, and I hope he gives us a performance. He's been really good. I have no hard feelings. It's Real Madrid, but it might be a sad moment because this might be Dean's last game. It's time to say goodbye.
Will you please make some noise as we welcome our visitors Everton, and raise the roof, make some noise for Arsenal! Here is how Arsenal are lining up.
I knew Odegaard was going to be a problem. He usually is for us, and he was a nuisance the entire game, and I'm not sure if it's because I play the 4-4-2 that he has so much freedom, but he was getting a number of passes off. Players were getting into good positions. Pickford had to make a good save early on here, but it was all because of Odegaard. Anything good that Arsenal did, and with so many players overloading, with the fullbacks bombing forward for Arsenal, he had a lot of passing options, and he pulled the strings early on. The other thing that happened early on is Dean was on a mission. He picks it up at the edge of the box and he just starts running, and he is not interested in passing. He is just interested in surging into this box, guys. Look at the determination. He rides 2 challenges. He gets into the box and he puts it just over, but it's like he's saying, guys, I put my all into this Everton team. It's Real Madrid coming knocking, so don't be surprised. I get it. We continue to play decent football here. Aarons gets it on the wing. He tries to cross it. It's blocked. We get the second ball, which we often do, and Richarlison picks it up, and he just buries it in the top corner, guys. What a goal from Rishi. What a maestro this guy is, and he proves to me that he is by far the best finisher on this side. I mean, that is just outstanding. He can finish inside the box, outside. That is goal of the season. I mean, that curler from Richarlison is something special. That is amazing. Bert Lando, no chance, and we're up 1-0, guys. We continued to attack. We started getting into this game, going through the gears, and Maximin, Alan St. Maximin is just ridiculous. 2 of them bring him down because they can't handle his dribbling. We get a free kick. It's a tame effort in the end. Dean puts it in. Guendouzi gets a small header. There wasn't too many 100% opportunities, even though we were playing great. Up to the final third, we couldn't find too many goal-scoring opportunities. Neither could Arsenal, despite Odegaard playing a major role in creating for other people. Pickford has to make a good save late in this half. In the second half, especially for the first 15 minutes or so, Arsenal quickened the play and got Odegaard into positions where he wasn't the creator, but the goal threat. And it worked well, except he was snatching at his chances. He had a great chance here, just over the bar, but he continued to become a threat. However, it was quite back and forth, and we did have chances of our own. We had to play a little bit more possession, and we did a good job here. Got Gakpo in, and he couldn't put it in. He's been struggling. He can't buy a goal, can't find an assist. He's been unlike himself, and I can't give him all the time in the world. Something has to change, or else I'm going to have to get rid of him. Arsenal continued to attack. Pickford had to be on duty, guys, and on the contrary to Gakpo, Pickford has been showing out in recent games. It's a good shot, another save to keep it at 1-0. He's been a rock at the back. And from the 60th minute forward, I'd say we dominated the game, but we didn't have 100% opportunities. They were giving us a lot of room out wide. We crossed the ball, and Arsenal defended it well, got the headers out. I decided to bring on Doucouré. He's back from injury now, give him a run, and I put on Cantwell for Alan St. Maximin because he usually tires faster than other players. But nothing really changed. The story stayed the same. We had some good chances, and again, Gakpo puts one in here, and it's headed out by Arsenal. They did a really good job at organizing the defense and making sure that nothing gets past them, and we didn't do a good job at finding space. There was a lot of crosses, and they worked a little bit. There was another shot by Richarlison, and maybe we were unlucky not to get a goal, but we couldn't. And in the last moments of the game, Arsenal has a chance. Damsgaard cuts it back. He plays it in for Balogun, and it's in, guys. 1-1. In the last minutes of the game, when Arsenal couldn't create for most of the second half, they bring on Balogun. He finds the space. It's a shambles of a defense, and Pickford missteps into the wrong direction, and he can't get back to save it. It's 1-1, guys. And that is a defeat that we shouldn't have suffered, because Arsenal wasn't as dangerous as they usually are. Odegaard was neutralized for the most part. He was getting into those danger areas, but he didn't make anything from it. And to be up 1-0, to dominate the last 30 minutes, and then to lose in the last minute of the game is so tough. So tough. Stats don't lie. We didn't create enough opportunities in this game. We simply didn't. 2.4 expected goals is not good enough. I need more from a 4-4-2 attacking system, more opportunities, and we simply were toothless when countering Arsenal. And when they did give us the ball early on in the second half, we couldn't break them down either way. Gakpo had that one chance that he squandered. And speaking of Gakpo, he's a ghost on the right-hand side. If you look at the heat map, on the left-hand side where Alan St-Maximin operates, it's lit up. He's a driving force, he gets the ball, and that's partly because I trust him more than Gakpo. Gakpo doesn't get into good opportunities. Lately, he hasn't been able to buy a goal. He can't get good passing opportunities for his teammates. He's simply not offering enough for me to justify him being on the pitch. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but if he doesn't improve, something's got to change, and I'm going to sell him. It's as simple as that. I can't have a passenger on my team. I can't keep playing him and paying him if he's not going to do anything. So even in this winter transfer window, he might go. That's how close I am to selling Gakpo. But at the end of the day, he's not the storyline for this game. It's the wide areas, it's the fullbacks. And Dean especially, he will be missed, guys, because he operates so high up the pitch. He has a number of successful dribbles. He gets up there, he bombs forward, and he puts crosses in relentlessly. And that's going to be so hard to find. Yes, we have Aarons on the right who does the exact same thing. He gets up, he puts those crosses in, but we bought him from Norwich as a 76. We improved him to an 81. We don't necessarily have that kind of time. We play Champions League. We're fighting to get top 4 again in the league. We need someone ready to come in and to play on that left-hand side like a star like Dean did. So that's going to be one hell of a task, guys. And that's it, guys. Dean is gone. 64 million in the bank. That is one hell of a fee that Real Madrid paid. And now we have 102 million in the budget. That's from the Keane sale and now the Dean sale. We have to buy left back and an attacking player. In terms of left backs, Angelino on this list isn't that realistic. He's improved. He's in the Red Bull Leaps. Not an option. Mendes is still in Sporting. That is a great young option. S02E010 from Lyon or Tierney, who's now in Bayer Leverkusen. One of these players has to fill the shoes of Dean. And we have to decide which one. I haven't recorded anything past this point, so maybe you have a day or so before I start recording the next episode. Get your suggestions in. I have my favorite. Let's hear yours. In terms of the attacking player, I'll keep that a surprise because I'm not sure if I'm going to find the right player yet, but I do want to bolster that attack. Now, before all that happens, we have the Villa game, guys, and this is always a good match. From the beginning of this series, if you guys have watched, it's always fireworks one way or the other, and they're a team that really presses you a little bit higher, especially compared to Arsenal from last game. And when they get the ball, fast build up, forward runs, they attack you, they counter you, and they're very, very dangerous. It's a classic 4-3-3 setup in terms of a counter-attacking system. They have that one DM who sits back, and they have the striker who stays central. And this is a little bit different from a lot of teams. Sometimes they do run into channels and drift wide. Watkins in this case will stay central. He'll get crosses into him, and he's also going to poach. Buendia is the main sort of playmaker. They're going to try to get it out to him if they can. That's the main outlet. And then they have bombing fullbacks in Target and in Guibert. They have two central midfielders who will, as needed, pop into different spaces, either go past Watkins or support him with a short pass. So they'll fill in the gaps, and this works really well. And I have a tough time playing against the Villa sides usually. Mixed results. Sometimes we destroyed them, sometimes they destroyed us, but it will all come down to their threats and their pace up front. Watkins, obviously, but he also has the jumping to add that little bit of a threat from crosses. They destroyed us in the first game of the series with crosses. And then El Ghazi, Buendia have excellent finishing ability, excellent playmaking ability, and they'll be able to sort of drift into these spaces and be dangerous.
Please welcome our visitors, Aston Villa, and your very own Toffees, Everton! And Everton line up as follows.
Oh, Villa showed up to play, guys. They were a handful. They got it into their offensive weapons early on, and they were a threat. El Ghazi from distance, Pickford has to make an early save, and it was constant pressure. It was like a sponge, and we had to soak up all of this pressure. Corners, crosses flying in, shots from distance, everything. Look at this. Ramsey comes in from deep central midfielder. No one picks him up, and Pickford has to make another save. It was relentless. And finally, we were able to soak up enough pressure, and Alan St. Maximin gets it, and he brings it upon himself, guys. He starts driving and leaves everyone in the dust. No one can catch up to him. Finally, the CB's like, all right, got to deal with him. Nope. One deke, shot, post. It's a post. What a chance from Alan St. Maximin. What a counter. But there wasn't enough of this. We had one or two, but for the most part, Villa was dominant, and they were keeping possession well. They were countering well when they had to, and finally, they got the breakthrough. Watkins gets it, and it's 1-0, guys, and that was a defensive error specifically from Koulibaly, and you gotta do better, Koulibaly. He wasn't close enough to his CB partner, and he should have cut this out. Instead, he was vacillating. He gets one touch to turn, one touch to finish, and Watkins puts Villa up 1-0, guys. It's disappointing, and we have to do better than this. And Villa kept on coming. They utilized the wings well. Look at this pass. And this was very fortunate from us. Koulibaly does well to get it back. It bounces around a little bit. Finally, we get it back. I thought this was the chance. This was the opportunity. Richarlison plays in Calvert-Lewin. It's great recovery from Villa. And look at this. Instant offense from Villa. They get it back. Watkins plays in El Ghazi. And what is this defense? What is this defense? Do I have to comment another Villa thrashing? Do I really have to go through this again? I got traumatized last time. What was going on, and where is the defense? Koulibaly, man, what are you doing? What are you doing? This half was about one guy, Alan St. Maximin, and he is just ridiculous at times. But there was a defining moment. Alan St. Maximin starts driving, and the Villa player comes from behind. He brings him down. It studs up, and it's a red. A moment of madness, truly was, because it wasn't all that much of a dangerous opportunity just yet. He was just getting going, and he brought him down. Sometimes these things happen, and the first thing that was on my mind was, okay, one less guy means more space, means Alan St. Maximin's going to torch people, so get the ball to him, and that's exactly what I did. Here we go. Calvert-Lewin looks up, plays in Alan St. Maximin. He gets to this, and he has acres of space, guys, and someone has to cover him. There's space for Rishi, and it's 2-1, guys. What a play. What an instant reaction. Okay, a fortuitous event, because that first half, yes, Villa were the dominant side. We weren't really getting good opportunities. In fact, we only had that one from Alan St. Maximin, but this half, totally different story. We get this fortuitous event, and we get it to 2-1 instantly. I thought we were going to press on and really trouble Villa, but right off the kickoff, we are lethargic. Phillips, no determination to get the ball. Guendouzi is floundering about here, and Villa gets it. One pass to Sanson, and it's 3-1. It's 3-1. Guys, we're up a man. How is this happening? Unforgivable defense from us this game, and if it buries us, it's because of the defense. Because we have such a great opportunity to now move on, to push on and win this game, and we go 3-1 down, and it's so deflating. I decided, okay, this is enough. We bring on offensive substitutes. Townsend in, Cantwell into the CM position. He's going to act as a more advanced playmaker, even from deep, and let's get this going. Alan St. Maximin, yet again. Okay, he gets the ball back this time for Calvert-Lewin, and he should have done better. Saved by Emiliano Martinez. It's bounced around. We get another chance from Cantwell. Easy save from Martinez, but the pressure is starting to build up yet again. And who do you think I'm going to pass to? Every pass goes to Alan St. Maximin. He drives in this time, and he plays a nice dink ball. It falls to Calvert-Lewin fortuitously, and it's 3-2, guys. We can do this still. It's only the 75th minute. We can do this. Great play by Alan St. Maximin again to get that initial dink pass to Richarlison. A nice bit of skill, just a flick. And it's luck, but you need it sometimes. Calvert-Lewin finishes, and we continue to attack. We now have belief, and look at this. This time, Alan St. Maximin gets into space. He uses his pace. No one's going to catch up to him, and this time he applies the finish, guys. He gets it, and sometimes he can't finish these, but it's 3-3 now. Alan St. Maximin is bossing this game. Playmaking, shooting, getting opportunities, and he ties it up 3-3. What a play. He does so much. Sometimes he gets on the ball. Sometimes he looks for space. This time he found the space. He found the finish. What a player he is. And this is what I want to bring in in addition to the attack. I want another Alan St. Maximin. That's what I'm fishing for, guys. I decided at that point, okay, there's a few minutes left, but let's bring on Tony. Let's see if we can get a 4-3 here, guys. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. Villa actually had the last opportunity of this game, and it was in the last moment. Pickford makes his save, and he proves that he's been on such good form. It's 3-3, guys. It's mixed feelings because we really should have lost this game at the beginning. Then we probably should have won. But on the balance of play, Villa dominating the first, us really dominating the second, I feel like a tie is pretty much justified. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching this episode. I will see you next time, guys. Laters!